Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for another Battlefront 2 video. Today we're going to be going over Darth Maul, one of my favorite Sith. I think he's really unique both in this game and on the big screen. In this video I'll be going over my breakdown of abilities and star cards for him, as well as how I'd recommend playing him to maximize your chance of survival and kill streaks. First I'll start with how his abilities work. You have a saber throw, which is pretty simple. You press the ability, you throw the saber in the direction that you're facing, and then it'll come back to you. You have his force choke and throw ability, where he picks up enemies in front of you, and then uses the force to launch them. And finally, you have his dash ability, which he spins this lightsaber and dashes in the direction you're facing. You also have a force jump, basically just a normal jump, but you jump higher, and you can swing the saber in the air to gain extra height. But be cautious when using this, as it does drain much needed stamina. Finally, you have his dashes to help him navigate the battlefield. Now we will go over star cards. My first star card recommendation is, in my opinion, a must-have in all modes, that being Accelerated Throw. This card makes it so your saber deals 20 more damage, meaning you become much more lethal with this ability, not only against troopers, but heroes as well. The next star card that I recommend is Flow Motion, which adds a third spin attack, which is huge, as you will want to be using this both to engage the enemy and get out to cover quickly. It can also be used to reposition when setting up an attack, but to balance this insane star card out, it increases the cooldown by 10%. Even with this drawback though, it is a very nice card to have in your loadout, and the drawback doesn't really matter if you're running the next card that I recommend. That card being Fool Me Once. This card reduces all ability cooldowns by 10%, which doesn't seem like a lot, but with Maul you rely on your abilities a lot, meaning you want them off cooldown as soon as possible, and this card makes that happen, meaning you have less downtime while waiting for the dashes or saber throw to come back. Now, I do have one honorable mention that you can use in place of one of the previous cards, that being Ranged Throw. This card makes it so your lightsaber throw travels farther, meaning you can hit more enemies in the single use of it. Combining this card with Accelerated Throw makes for a lot of damage to enemies running down a hall. Although I don't run it because it seems to mess up my timing, but maybe it's just a skill issue. With Maul, you kind of need to be a madman. You need to constantly be zipping around the point, sprinting and dashing to mitigate damage, and using your abilities to get kills, keeping your health up with the regen on kill. Which, for those of you who don't know, heroes and villains recover 20 health per hero or reinforcement kill, and 100 health on an enemy hero or villain kill. These kills must be final hits though, or you won't be able to recover the HP. The combos I tend to use on Maul are his Saber Dash ability into 1 or 2 basic swings, depending on whether it's a basic trooper or a reinforcement, a Saber Throw down a line, and then potentially following up with a Saber Dash ability into a basic swing, but only if needed, or you can force throw enemies into a pit. I generally don't recommend using the choke throw, as you become very susceptible to damage in the time the animation is going through. And with Maul, any little mistake can get you killed. With Maul, you need to be very cautious when taking on groups of enemies, as one knockdown from a Wookiee warrior, push from a clone commando, or a force ability will ruin your entire combo on them, and may very well cost you your whole life. Make sure you're playing safe, even if it feels wrong. That's my best recommendation. Play safe and wait for them to move up. Then, as they come around a corner or something, dash into them, basic saber swing, saber throw, whatever, dump the whole kitchen sink on them. And then get out before they know what hit them. You also really need to be looking out for Obi-Wan, as he can really mess you up with his mind trick ability, as it shuts down all of your abilities, meaning no dash to get out, no choke to fling him away, and no saber throw to do damage through the block, meaning run. that is all for my breakdown of Maldo. May the force be with you, and good luck there out on the battlefront.